Alright guys, this is Seth. Got another video for you. I know it's been a long time, man. It's been actually 10 months. So I know everybody's probably thinking, where the hell have you been? Well, I'm back. That's what matters. And clearly a lot of things has been going on since we last talked. A lot of cases have escalated in global affairs on the local level, depending on where you are. But a lot of things have kicked off. We've had mass shootings, potential war threats, potential invasions from certain countries. And, you know, that's just what happens when you play the human game and you want to be human. That's what you get, you know. People who don't want to accept what they are. They don't want to see the bigger picture. So you get stuck with the shenanigans of men. You know, that's just what it is, man. This is what human beings have been doing since the dawn. And they've pretty much gotten used to it by now. And not to sound, I don't want to sound being pessimistic or anything or on a negative level, but these problems will never go away. Now, you might see a glare on my glasses, I apologize. Look, guys, I haven't made a video in 10 months. This is video 120, I believe. And, you know, when you don't make videos for a long time, you're like, okay, I'm gonna make another video. I'm coming back, I'm gonna make another video. And the longer you stay away, the more it gets further and further away from you, from getting back on. I'm not saying to be camera shy or anything like that, but you just feel like, you know, hey, I'm gonna make a new video and it just never comes up. So this video is not really scripted, although none of them are actually scripted. I'm just kind of throwing this video out there to get something jumping so that, you know, we can have a starting point. Because if I don't start one, they're never gonna go up, most likely. So I'm on a break now, waiting for my next student to come through. And so a young lady comes downstairs. This is going to stop. I'll cut you out. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do for this video is basically I'm gonna, just to get things kicked off, I'm gonna go back to the last video on my phone and look at some of the comments, and this would be the kind of, you know, get back in touch with all you guys out there. So let's go through some of these comments from video 119. Video 119 was titled "Evolve Beyond Black Recognition, You Are a True God." And I don't know if that video went over a lot of people's heads or not, but basically I was saying how we need to evolve past these superficial titles that men or human beings have placed on themselves and have to evolve to be something more. Now, for those who have been following me for a long time, you already know where I'm going with that. And for those of you who are new, well, there's 119 videos for you to catch up on, and you can pick and choose at your leisure. But let's just go through some of these. House vibes. Hero, that's deep. I also thought of that a lot. You're like Leonardo DiCaprio in this scene, and I'm the old man. You come to take me out of the limbo, bro. And he said something about Inception. And he wrote, "You're right, it feels so good when you realize you're on the other side. It almost feels like you're falling in a dream, but permanent. It flows through you, the power. Deep video, man, you're a great speaker. Come back with another one. I'm gonna continue to watch the rest of it now." All right, House Vibes, thanks for that. I think he was referring to, I don't remember details, but I talked about in that video. He's probably talking about something in reference to dreams and how when you cross over on the other side, you feel this power surging through you. And that's true. So, continuing on, we have Heru Raha. It's me, Light. I have finally accepted and become more aware of my godhood. I hope you're okay, brother. It's been 6 months now, and this whole COVID-19 thing is just so messed up. Well, at that time it was 6 months. Now we're going 10 months. But yeah, it's true. I'm happy that you have found your light and that you have become aware of your godhood. And I only hope that you become more powerful in your practices. And as far as COVID-19, obviously it's still here. A lot of debates on where this thing has come from, what are the true origins, what's the true grand master plan behind it all. Um, everyone has their views on that. I don't really get into that. But let's just say it doesn't seem so clear-cut of what it's been known to be. But I'm quite sure everyone has their theories on that. I saved that with someone else's channel. Let's go along. Nathan Phillips said, I had an amazing experience in myself. I went out of body and I was like, it was like I was a UFO or an outsider suddenly arriving in some people's home. They were all shocked at first. They were having a conversation. And then someone was like, is that? Someone was like, that is that. Okay. And someone said, I don't know. Google it. It felt new. I also saw a pink elephant, but I don't know if it meant something. All right. So here's the deal, right? Thank you, Nathan Phillips, for that. I'm happy to hear that you are having these experiences now. You're finally going out of body, and you felt like a UFO. That's interesting. And you saw a pink elephant. Now, here's the thing. You're asking me, you don't know, you're saying that you don't know if it meant anything. A lot of people will be tempted to go pick up a lucid dreaming book, and they'll be like, okay, pink elephants, you know, right, chapter 5, and it says pink elephants resemble your darkest, deepest sexual desires when you were a child and you went to have sex with your mother and all this, whatever. Listen, the pink elephant represents all these things, like these whole dream dictionaries that explain dreams. It's a lot of nonsense because everything you view is always subjective to yourself. Anyone could come along and tell you the pink elephant is this or pink elephant is that. You have to research within yourself to find out if a pink elephant has any connection to you and what does it represent to you. And if you never thought about a pink elephant, well, now you have the time. You question, what does a pink elephant represent to me? And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be one specific thing. This can range from, if you want to go the sexual desire route, to maybe you just like want to see a pink elephant at that time. See, guys, when things go on in, you know, non-physical reality, we're all doing different things. You know, you're operating on this reality, you're operating in other realities. We operate on an infinite number of other realities. So there's so many things going on. So a pink elephant could be something happening on a reality in another system somewhere. And it's bleeding through and you're getting a translation of a pink elephant, or it could actually just be a pink elephant. So that's up to you as an individual. Now, you don't have to become obsessed with this and, you know, start going in the book, all right, pink elephant, P stands for this, and the elephant represents this in the, you know, Indian culture, and it's all subjective, man. And whatever you feel it represents for you and what the connection is, that's what it is. Don't second doubt it. Don't, you know, double think it or, you know, second guess it. It is what it is to you. So keep that in mind. This is with anything, guys. Whatever it is out there, if you have a dream about it, if you have a vision about it, it represents what it represents to you. Okay, let's moving down. Farm Boy Gaming said, I want to be able to do stuff with my abilities and be able to lucid dream and go out of body. I want to have people in my life that know about it, but it's not to show off, but to have others to play with. But I struggle to get detached from all this physical concern bullshit, and a lot of people I know put a lot of effort into trying to keep me away from it because they care about me and they want me to have a good life. They think I should just focus on this life like it's the be-all, end-all existence of reality. And I'm getting old and in bad health, but if I'm going to continue being in this reality, I need to figure out how to support myself so I can be by myself away from all this shit. And not sure I won't have to just remove almost everyone in my life from my life, so I won't have to deal with all this God religion bullshit. All right, Farm Boy Gaming. So basically what he's implying is that he wants to get into lucid dreaming. He wants to get into out-of-body experiences, but you have a lot of people telling him basically, hey, leave that shit alone, it's dangerous, you're gonna open up a Pandora's box, there are gonna be demons waiting for you, there's gonna be this and that. You know, that's a general thing, man, that this happens with everybody, not just you. There are a lot of people that are gonna go through this in their life when it comes to these type of subjects that are labeled as taboo or too heavy or demonic. There's nothing you can really do about that, man. You can't change other people's views on what they think and they're always going to believe that. So, you know, if you need to work, why do you think through centuries, man, magicians and practitioners of the arts worked in secret? You know, they would practice in their homes, and their wives or husbands wouldn't even know what they were into. You know, the most intimate mates and partners had no idea they were into this stuff, and they would have to wait till people went to bed or went out of town or went to work or whatever, or they would have to go deep, deep into the forest and up in the mountains just to practice, man, because the ridicule, shit, you think it's tough now because you just got a few people telling you that, you know, leave that shit alone, is evil for you. Imagine going back, you know, centuries ago and even longer, and what people went through. You know, it wasn't a joke. You got caught practicing shit, you got taught. You know, people these days talk to their pets and shit. Like I talk to my Samarias, my snake, my python. You know, I talk to my snake. I'm talking to somebody. Me and Samari have a connection, man. You know, we have a true, and I understand her, you know, through eye movement and through empathy. But shit, if I got caught doing that not too long ago, I'd be burned at the stake, man. They fucking cut my head off and hang me from a tree and shit, man. You know. So these are just things that have been going on forever. They're never gonna end. Get used to it. Be tough, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, all of the above. Be tough. Because, you know, if you're in a household, this is advice to anyone out there. If you're in a household that does not even want to touch on these type of areas, you need to just keep it to yourself. You know, it doesn't matter if they believe you or not. That's the whole goal of these practices. You're not supposed to be practicing to get other people to believe you. What if nobody believes you? Are you just going to give up? You got to keep at these things and just do it, and you lead by example. You know, so for example, let's say if you were always an unorganized person, or you're like a bad person, and you just decide that your practice is helping you. Now you're changing, you're going out of body, you're practicing the arts, you're getting into all these things, and now your life has improved. You're a stronger person mentally, emotionally, psychologically, all of the above. You're improving. You know you're improving. People are like, wow, you're doing really good recently. You've changed. What's going on, man? You seem more, you walk with your shoulders up, your back straight, chin high. You just seem like a different person. And you lead them by example. Now, they don't know what you've been into. If you want to divulge that to them and say, well, yeah, my life has changed since I've gotten into this. If you want to lay that on them, then that's on you. Expect backlash, expect them to say, I don't believe you, but the point being is if you want to, reveal that information to them, you don't have to keep talking about it. But then in their mind, they're going, well, I thought it was bullshit, but it changed his life. He's a much better person. He or she's a much better person now, so maybe it does work. And who knows, that might trigger them and give them some intrigue to look into some of the mysteries and what it might be able to do for them. So don't worry about other people. This includes family members and friends. Do your practices alone if you know you're going to get backlash from it. That's my best advice to you. You don't have to go telling everybody about it. Because of course, when you get into these things, especially when you have a first lucid dream, or you go out of body, or you have something contact you in your meditation, you naturally, you want to tell the world. You want everybody to know what happened. You're like, this is amazing. This happened to me. And people who are open, they're going to be like, oh my God, it's a beautiful story. Tell me more. For the ones who are very closed, they're going to say, oh, it's evil, it's possession, it's the devil, or you're living in a delusional world, and you come back to reality. They're going to tell you all that stuff. So just do you. All right. That's Farm Boy Gaming. Thank you. Moving along. Billy Boy. Billy Boy. Billy Boy's been around for a while. So is Nathan Phillips. Nathan Phillips is a faithful person. Been following House Vibes as well. Shout outs to all y'all. Robert Calderon. Did I skip Robert Calderon? I did skip Robert Calderon. Okay, Robert Calderon, faithful, loyal brother who's been on the scene since I've been here. He wrote, hey Seth, what's up, yo? In one of the past videos, you brought up about how we need artwork in this system. If you could elaborate on this more. Art to me always symbolizes another place or emotion, but mostly a gateway. Well, they say beauty, and I guess art is in the eye of the beholder, right? So I can't remember exactly what I said in that video because I don't remember the video. It's been 10 months. But I probably did say something like that we need more art. Yeah, if I just go off the top of my head and about art is always subjective, man. And everyone has something that would be art for them, to others it would be trash, it would be garbage, it would be nonsense, it would be bullshit. But it's how you feel about it, you know. And being an artist doesn't necessarily mean, it doesn't only mean that you have to sit down with a pen and a paintbrush and pencils, crayons or whatever, some Crayola out the box, and that's not just art. You know, a lot of people believe when they hear art, they immediately think of paintings and the musical arts. But art is whatever you do that you feel is creative and something naturally that you're proud of and you've created it. If you created it yourself and you feel a sense of pride behind it, that is your artwork. It can be speaking, it can be artwork, it can be paintings, it could be music, it could be my YouTube video, like I'm up here now, you know? I mean, the art of conversation, which has been lost. Everyone, you know, at one time they called it art of conversation. Everyone does not know how to hold a conversation. Many individuals, they talk over each other, or one person's talking and then they suddenly start talking and cut the other person off, or they just go on a tangent and talking nonstop for, like, you know, you just not even letting the other person get a word in. So that's why it was called the art of conversation. Having the art of conversation is, you know, engaging one another, listening to the other person's views, giving your views on it, whether you agree or disagree, healthy debate, healthy disagreement without being angry. You know, everyone, as I said before in past videos, there's really nothing to disagree on in life. I mean, it's all a matter of, this is just what's happening to me, this is my experience, and that's your experience. We don't really have to disagree.